All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready. What are we exploring today?
Well, today we're looking at Mary's wisdom,
Okay, yeah.
and it's this, fascinating text I've been digging into,
Mhm.
and it's full of all these reflections on life,
Mhm.
struggles, joy, faith even.
Sounds pretty deep.
It is. It really is. And it got me thinking, have you, had those moments where you had your life all planned out,
Oh, yeah.
and then life kind of throws a curveball?
Life has a way of doing that, doesn't it? Like throws you a curveball.
Exactly. And Mary's wisdom really tackles those kinds of questions.
Interesting. What kind of stuff does it say about those curveballs?
Well, one of the things that really struck me, and it's right at the beginning,
Okay.
is how it talks about life's contrasts. Sadness and happiness, struggles and joys.
Yeah, the ups and downs, right? Like it's all part of the package.
Exactly. And it doesn't present them as like, total opposites, but almost like two sides of the same coin.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Like you can't have one without the other. I know, it's just,
Well, it's true, right? Like, think about it. Can you really appreciate the good times
Mhm.
if you haven't experienced some tough times?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Makes you appreciate it more.
There's this one passage. Hold on, I even wrote it down.
Okay.
It says, "Joy is the echo of struggle overcome."
Ooh, that's good.
Right. It hit me.
Yeah.
Like, is the struggle what actually makes the joy so much sweeter?
I think so. I think that's exactly what Mary's wisdom is getting at.
Okay, interesting.
It's about, not just enduring the tough stuff, but like
Uh-huh.
embracing it, learning from it. That's how you find the real joy, the growth.
Okay, I see what you mean. But then it gets into this whole other thing, and this is where I started to get a little, confused.
What's that?
It talks about this divine plan, like this, I don't know, this bigger purpose that might be different from what we had in mind.
Okay, yeah, the whole bigger picture thing.
Right. And I'm like, how are we supposed to know what that even is?
Well, I don't think Mary's wisdom claims to give us like a, step-by-step guide,
Yeah.
but it definitely emphasizes like listening and having faith.
Faith, huh?
Yeah, and not necessarily in a religious sense, more like faith in the idea that there's something bigger unfolding, even if we can't see it all at once.
So like being open to signs and guidance.
Exactly, instead of trying to force our own agenda all the time.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. But isn't there a danger in being too passive?
Yeah.
Like just waiting for this plan to show itself?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Don't we have to, make our own choices, shape our own lives too?
That's a great point. And the text does talk about free will.
Okay.
It's not about just sitting back and letting things happen. It's more like being in tune,
Okay.
paying attention to those aha moments, those nudges that might be pointing us in the right direction.
So it's about finding that balance
Hmm.
between striving and surrendering.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And, this ties into something else Mary's wisdom talked about, this idea of legacy.
Ooh, legacy. Yeah. How does it frame that?
Well, there's this really powerful line. It says, what we do here echoes in eternity.
Wow, that's a powerful statement. I like that.
Right. And it's not necessarily about like an afterlife or anything, but more about the impact we have on the world.
I see. So like the ripple effect of our actions.
Exactly. The memories we make, the kindness we show, the positive changes we inspire.
That's a beautiful way to think about legacy.
It makes you think about, the choices we make every single day.
It really does.
So to kind of sum it up, Mary's wisdom is encouraging us to embrace all of it.
Yeah, the good and the bad, the ups and the downs.
Right. And to, try to align ourselves with this larger purpose.
And to focus on the impact we're making on the world around us.
It's a lot to think about, but isn't that what makes it so interesting?
Absolutely. It sparks those deeper questions, gets you thinking.
And I think that's really the point. It's not about giving us all the answers. It's about prompting us to ask the right questions.
I love that. That's a perfect way to put it.
So to our listener out there, here's something to ponder. What if, listening to that bigger plan isn't about these huge dramatic revelations,
Okay.
but about noticing the smaller nudges, the little things in your everyday life?
I like that.
What if those nudges are leading you toward the legacy you're meant to leave behind?
Something to think about for sure.
Keep those thoughts brewing, everyone. And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
And